Hey,
I'm
what is
here
going
for
on,
that.
guys? Welcome yourselves back to another video. So today we are going to be reviewing Logic's final album, No Pressure. Super hyped to listen to this. We did a review of the Kid Leroy's new album. We weren't huge fans of it, so this better be good, Logic. This is nostalgic and also kind of sad at the same time because this is his final work. I think he's gonna release new stuff in the future. I can't see him retiring forever, but according to him, for at least a
He's only
little,
30. So
exactly. But in his mind right now, this is his final piece of work. So high expectations for this. I'm very excited. So yeah, let's go ahead and start listening.
yeah,
Okay,
for
so
sure,
that
bro.
was the intro. Okay, so that was the intro. Hit My Line and GP4. I like the intro. It was a pretty cool intro as far as intros go, with like the guy talking and all. Gave me a really like a retro, kind of like an 80s vibe. I don't know. It made me feel really like, I don't know. I did like that a lot. Now I like the flow he had on it. That was pretty sick as well. I had a dope line on that song. Making beats for the underground like Harriet. Super dope line right there. And after that, I was left with pretty high expectations for the song because as far as intros go, thought the intro was sick, better than most. Hit My Line, or hit my line. Kind of weird. I like the piano. The singing was all right. The beat was really dope. I like the synth bass. You know. And then at the end, they said they made the album in 1 week. And I thought to myself, no, that's not good. That's not good. If you're a lyrical rapper and you make an album in 1 week, that's not good. Like a Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, they've taken like 3 years to make their upcoming albums. That's not good. Then at GP4, the singing was weird. I get that's kind of maybe like a style or an aesthetic that people like, but GP4, I did not think the singing was super dope. I thought Logic flow was really dope. He has some really cool flow stuff. He had some really cool, little fast stuff, little slow stuff, lyrical stuff as well. I thought that singing could have been cool with maybe some reverb or whatever. But not a huge fan of GP4, although I did like the rapping, but overall not a huge fan of the track. Hit My Line, same kind of thing. The rapping was good. The singing was kind of weird. I want him to do a song where he's just like going off, rapping on the chorus and the whole entire song, or maybe use autotune if he's gonna do the sing the chorus. And it's not that his singing's like off key in my opinion. It just doesn't sound super amazing or anything. But overall, pretty good so far. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, sure. Well, I did not really. I felt like it was all pretty vibey, honestly. I really did like the overall beats. It was heavily piano based most of the time. Third song wasn't as piano based, but I love the intro. The intro was it was a great way to start off an album, and it really does seem like a way Logic would start out an album. I've not heard a lot from Logic, but I've heard enough to have to know it's him, know what he's going to do. And the second song that we listened to, the second song in the album, it was definitely one of those songs that was equally as vibey and just kept the vibe going. I felt like GP4 was a slower song. It was not really as fast as Hit My Line or No Pressure, but it was equally as satisfying. And so far, lyrics are pretty good actually. I like the lyrics. They're pretty good. Nothing too complicated and nothing too generic, but it's still a very good song. All three of those are very good songs.
Okay.
It's a way better start than the Kid Leroy album, which was absolute garbage. But yeah.
Did you like the singing?
I really did like the Justice. The singing was all right. That was the one thing I was not crazy about. The singing was not that good.
Rapping was dope, though. Yeah.
But yeah, I really did like it. The rapping was very dope. I would definitely listen to all three of these songs again.
Yeah, we're on the same page. Okay, so that was Celebration, Open Mic, and Soul Food. Luke, thoughts on these?
I felt like Celebration. It was a pretty cool rap. The vocals in the background really bothered me though. I was not a fan of that. I was not really like the background vocals did not really match at all, and they were pretty annoying. Yeah. The rapping was great. I love the rapping. It was great. lyrics are basically the same, not like totally talking about the same thing, but I feel like it's lyrics have not like let me down so far. They're not anything too complicated, but they're not anything too generic either. But yeah, I like that a lot about Logic so far. A lot of the stuff I've heard from him, he's really not that. He's not too generic in any certain way. But overall, his rapping is very cool. Very cool. Open mic, I thought was very cool to hear. It was 5 minutes, and it was worth every second of hearing. Overall, rapping was very good. I love, dude. So far, I think I might start really digging into a lot of his music, because if a lot of it's like this, dude, this is the kind of rapping I really love. A lot of it is, yeah, but it just doesn't really get any better than this, though, dude. Honestly, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I really did like this. But overall, what I thought was kind of curious is I'm looking at open mic, and there. Oh, never mind. I read it wrong. I thought I said Bill Clinton in the writers list, but no, I didn't say
No.
that. But yeah, I really liked open mic. All right, for Soul Food, I thought it was similar to some of the other songs, beat wise, and flow wise, but I still liked it. It was still pretty good. And overall, it's not like it's anything too different than everything else that they've played so far on here, but I feel like the vibe, it just keeps going. It's one of those. It's kind of like one of those things where there are two different songs, but you kind of feel like they're the same song because they kind of have a similar flow.
Yeah, very
They have
factual.
a
Very
similar
factual.
yeah. And I like how he does this here. It does seem like the hype keeps going, and the flow keeps going. And so far, and then there are times where I don't like it, times where I do, and this is a time where I like it
Yeah.
because it seems to really fit the album so far. But yeah, I really loved it.
Yeah, Celebration. I like the line, I get under people's skin like stitches. Fire line right there. He said, when he was saying like how people, they'll tell you how to rap this certain way, but he's basically saying, I'm not going to listen to them because I'm the one who made a successful career. And he also basically said, talking about how people, they try and like, because Logic's in the place that he is, he's famous, he's is a millionaire, he's made so much money, because he's in the place he's in, people try and I guess like attach themselves and kind of live through his music is basically what he was saying. Just like, for instance, if this does really well, I'm gonna feel really excited for Logic, kind of like, living through him, if that makes sense. The beat was too loud. The beat was too loud. Beat was definitely too loud on Celebration.
I'd say that as well. Yeah.
I could not hear his voice as much. And then
I think you need to turn it down a little bit more. Yeah.
So Sick, the Message, fire. Open mic. Oh my, it felt so much like an open mic. Like they mixed it. It
was fire.
It was mixed to sound like an open mic.
It really did.
Kind of like you're cupping your hand over them. You know how people like hold the mic, kind of like they're supposed to hold it. Here's the top of the mic. Supposed to hold it like this, but he kind of like,
for sure,
that like muffled sound. Oh my gosh. He had a couple cool bars. Queens on my side like Manhattan. Queens on my side like Manhattan. The greatest. He also said, at one point I was trying to be the greatest. Now I'm just trying to be happy. Like, that was so good. That said,
it was a great line. Great line.
What was the meaning of life? I'm guessing it's living or whatever. So vibey. 5 minutes, dude. I just got lost in it. I texted Lucas. I texted the homies and said, bro, this is amazing. It was so vibey. It felt literally like it's almost like, for instance, like it wasn't really catchy, if that makes sense. It wasn't catchy. It wasn't that kind of song. It normally, that's how you look at songs, is you look at it for being catchy. It wasn't catchy. It wasn't like I'm repeating this one line. It's like the whole thing was memorable. It was an experience. Versus it wasn't a catchy line. There weren't catchy lines. It was an experience. But there were catchy lines in the sense that there were cool bars and all that. Soul Food, pretty similar song, which isn't a bad thing, but I think they should have separated them. I don't know, maybe he's trying to tell a story, but they were pretty close. Like how he said in it, this album's an Under Pressure sequel. For people who don't know, and I don't think Luke knows this, Logic's one of his first album in 2014 was called Under Pressure. People's favorite Logic album. After that, people thought that his quality of his music went downhill, and they were like, why is this not like Under Pressure, blah 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 blah. And so it's kind of cool how he's having a nod to one of his first albums that put him on the map.
Yeah. And one thing
go
keep
on.
going. I'll add after that.
He also said, they don't love you until you're dead, then they'll call you profound. Like, bro, I know a lot of people did like Juice before they died.
I love that line. I love that.
I know a lot of people did like Juice before they
I do not think he would be. Yeah, keep going. Sorry,
I know a lot of people did like Juice. I cut you off at the time, so. But I do think people like Juice before he died. I do think people like Pop Smoke and X before he died. But
yes, sir, Daniel.
People definitely did, but after they died, people definitely show a lot more like they cared. But you didn't. Okay, everybody else just cares so much, and it's whatever. Rapping, reaping what we're sowing like a seamstress. Cool line as well. Living this life behind bars with no intent for bail. Like double
Sean.
Entendre. Right.
Honestly,
there.
Sean, you're absolutely right. And real quick, wanted to add, it really was I really like his really choice of words here and what he's really talking about. Just wanted to throw this in before I forget.
Yeah.
And I felt kind of bad for Logic for a while because I was hearing a lot of this stuff, and it was really because I mean his stuff was still charting all right. It was not like anywhere near as good as his first album, as I was looking at his chart history, but I felt kind of bad for him because I mean this is what he was like. He was not as good as his last record. What I've always like, what Peter Furler, one of he was part of the Newsboys for a while. Something that always stuck with me that my dad said that Peter told him was that you're always you're only as good as your last record. For some reason, people just were not fully grabbing them, and it wasn't fully grabbing them. Yeah. And I felt kind of bad for him at that point because I'm like, okay, he still has the talent and he's still showing he has the talent, but it's just not being accepted. Yeah. And it's not like anything has totally changed a lot, but he's just not being accepted. And I just kind of felt bad for him at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
I like how he's reaching back to that and talking about that in these songs.
Yeah, I totally agree. But at the same time, I would say that this is his best album in a long time so far. I would say that. I would say he shouldn't listen to the haters and stuff like that. But I would say this is
so far. Yeah.
This is a big jump in quality in his other stuff. But I'm loving this so far. And part of me was thinking, bro, this is gonna be such a long album. But I don't even care. This is honestly very, very good. So next song. This is a short song. So let's get into it. Perfect. All right. So Perfect, bruh. The beat was so hard. They had like this little bass drop. I don't know exactly what instrument or exactly what that was, but it had like this little bass drop kick almost.
Oh my god.
Bruh, I was hoping he'd do a song like this because although as much as I love these storytelling, vibey, not trippy, but like I guess not even 80s. Okay, long car ride type beats. As much as I love that, you kind of need that little break from it. This song totally did that. The beat hit so hard. I loved how he was rapping and all of that. Okay. Man I Is. I love the dreamy opening. His rapping was pretty good as well, but that was not the biggest thing I loved about this song. The flutes. Whatever the instrument was, which was basically the chorus.
Yeah.
Oh. It made me think of New York in the 90s. It just made my brain my brain literally, I saw New York.
It kind of gave me that vibe, yeah.
And it's a good change as well because the choruses have been all rapping. It's been all rapping with instruments kind of here, and then you do perfect. Dad bod. Okay, so he had a cool line: "Murder you like a pro-lifer." That's fire. I love the chill hook.
Honestly, dude.
The chill hook was so fire. Like it just, I don't know. It's just like it was just fire. I don't know. And then he was like, "Had a hard life. Should I have it again?" Because people, telling him he's not rapping about his everyday life enough. Yeah. It's too basic. All this stuff. That was facts and true and honestly a hard thing to deal with because a lot of my music I'm talking about right now is a lot of struggles that in 20 years I don't like repeating what I'm the same thing in my music. So
Oh,
what
so
else am
we
I
go
gonna?
through?
What am exactly? The storytelling was insane. Some
Yeah.
of the best I've ever heard them rap. Like the whole
What else are you gonna write about?
yeah, exactly. The whole scheme when he starts talking about his going to aisle 4 and going in a store with his son and like that. That was like the whole 2 minutes of the song was.
Yeah.
I visualized every single part of it. Insane. No bad song on this so far. What do you think, Luke? What do you think into this, bro?
Right now, dude, I honestly, there is no bad song for me right now. Perfect was, I love Perfect, dude. Rapping was great, and overall, the instrumental was great as well, dude. I love the instrumental. It's not like the flow is having any crazy changes though. That's what I think is so crazy, dude. Overall, it's the hype keeps going. There's not like a huge difference between it was a little bit different, but so far nothing has been too different. But it still carried the vibe and everything. Man I is I love that song. I love that song. I love how he's talking about himself and everything. And I like how his approach is a little bit different. Like normally I've seen a lot of artists do is they tend to talk about the struggles like right away, like with making it and stuff, and the overall industry. But
Yeah.
here he chooses to go toward more the middle and closer to the ends of the album. And I think that's very interesting how he planned and did that. You don't see that very often. And it just shows overall the originality of this album is it's shocking to me. I've not seen albums like this a whole lot. You don't see albums a lot like this. Eminem albums can be similar, but this album so far has really grabbed me, and it's really the way it's been set up. And so far, the song list, the way they've all lined up, is unbelievable to me. It's like a really good puzzle. It's all the pieces fit right, and it's satisfying to see. And here, it's satisfying to listen to. But yeah, the lyrics are pretty cool. Everything's pretty cool so far.
And then you like Dad Bod as well?
Yeah, Dad Bod. I feel like that. It's interesting what he uses, like some of the bars that he uses, some of the lines he uses. Like there was a time I felt like God when Lucifer fell, and it goes. He's going back to he's referencing from the Bible where Lucifer used to be an angel, used to be a very talented angel. He got egotistical and fell out of heaven, was abandoned from heaven. And I felt like it was interesting how he used that in his song. And overall, you don't see a whole lot of artists use that phrase. They don't use that part of the Bible. You don't see a lot of artists do that. I don't see any Christian artists do that ever. And it's very interesting to see him go to that part.
For sure. All right, yeah. And now we only got 5 more. Looking kind of sad.
Honestly,
really
though,
interested.
I'm excited.
Yeah, if it's gonna be different or just kind of the same thing. The last song is 6 minutes. That's potentially the last song of his career. That one I am. All right.
I'm a little bit surprised. I'm still very impressed. Very impressed. Overall, these were actually some of the most different songs on the album so far. Dark Place was I love Dark Place. Dark Place was very good. It talks about how even when you're famous, being famous is a little bit overhyped, and it's a little bit like people don't really know how it feels, so they think it's gonna be great. Everyone knows you're getting the money, you're getting the fame, but what he's saying is it's not all it's cracked up to be. And I like how he started saying that because in reality, you're not hearing a lot of that nowadays. You're not hearing a lot of that in a lot of artists' music. I mean, of course there are plenty of artists I haven't listened to, but it seems like nowadays you don't really hear a whole lot about that. It's all about the fame, it's all about the girls, it's all about the drugs, it's all about the alcohol. It's what it's all about. But I like how he's saying this because it isn't all what it's up to be. You lack privacy. Everyone always wants to spread rumors about you. Always wants to get the latest news. You get no time for yourself. I see why he's really leaving. I see why he's kind of leaving music. I see why he's doing this. He wants to spend time with his family. I mean, when you're away on tour, you don't see your family at all. You don't unless they come with you. And it's that's why he's doing it. That's why he's doing it, because he wants to spend time with his family and his kids and watch them grow up. And I think it's a good decision as a father. I think this is a good decision as a person in general. It's a very smart decision, because an absent father is never a good sign. It never helps the kid. The kid ends up getting the bad behavior, and this is doing bad stuff. And this has been proven over society, and over the past at least. Well, yes, for forever this has been happening. You don't have a father figure in your life, it's not going to have a positive effect on you. And I like how he's describing his feelings as a famous person. I'm glad he described that. A to Z, I felt like it was very interesting, especially in the very middle of the song where he's showing everybody the song and stuff. And I've never seen anyone do that. So there's a form of originality in that. And I really like that part. I really do like that. And then heard him say, I'm actually really excited to hear that song. I'm really excited to hear that song, dude, because so far it's taking kind of a new way. It's going to a new way. I'm not really sure not way. Down a different path. And I'm kind of curious to see how heard him say is going to be.
Yeah. Five hooks, super weird opening. I love the beat switch. I like he had a line, I was fly before I even owned a plane. Kind of like a brag rap or whatever, which you need a little bit in the midst of this deep talking stuff. Dark Place, in my opinion, had a really unique vibey beat. I love the choir in the background. It ain't all fun. And I was reading some comments on that video, and people were like, "This is a message for people who like are in a dark, like, or this is like an anthem for
in a dark place." Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
People are struggling.
And then A to Z, his little kid was super cute in the beginning, and then at the end, how it showed like 2005.
Yeah, I love that part.
And yeah, it showed like 2005. He was probably like 16 or something back then. That was really cool as well. The flow was so sick and all of that. And overall, these, in my opinion, these weren't as memorable as the songs before. Maybe because the songs before were a lot longer. I don't dislike these, but yeah, still very good. Definitely vibe with the early tracks a little more. But these are just a little more different, kind of not generic, but a little more normal song like in my opinion. But these are definitely super deep and have the little a lot deeper, not a lot deeper, but these are kind of like, these last three were kind of a little more of like braggy ones, but then also a little more deep ones, him explaining why he wants to leave the rap game, which I agree with Luke. I totally get why he wants to now, as the ones before were, most of them were more storytelling vibey or whatever. But yeah, the last three, heard him saying amen, pretty excited for, but Obediently Yours, the most excited for. That's gonna be sad, but yeah, final tracks.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so those were the final three tracks from Logic. No Pressure. Heard him say. I loved this song.
I love this one.
This was a very good song. Rather Be Hated for Who I Am than Love for Who I'm Not. Bro, facts. That's why
that was my favorite part. That was my favorite part right there.
That's why I act weird no matter what people tell me about, bro. Because I'd rather be who I am, bro.
No, some of your stuff is just, dude.
Whatever, bro. Anyways, I'd rather stand out than stand in. I love the sample in the background. It's honestly, this song stands out to me as different than most of the stuff on this album. Feeling Worthless. Tell me what my worth is. That was a dope line as well. I really like this one. I'd say the song's 15 tracks. I'd say the first 12 really loved. And then there's two I didn't hate, but they weren't tense. They were like, they're pretty good. And then heard him say, brought it up to 10 again. And then Amen, 10 as well. Again, kind of a little bit of a different kind of vibe. It was a happy vibe, and it was him saying goodbye. But it wasn't in a sad, soppy way. I thought Obediently Yours would be the last track, but it wasn't really. He wasn't rapping. I'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, I actually liked his singing on this one. I like the piano. I love the bass. I like how he said, I'm a sinner, I'll admit, but I got God with me. That was a dope line. And then basically the end was like, blah, 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 blah. Now it's time to end. Salutations just ended. That was it. It wasn't like, I love you guys. All right, peace out. Just bye, just bye. And Obediently Yours, I do wish that was like he just for.
I wish it was a song. Yeah.
Yeah, for 6 minutes, I wish he just went in like this was like an open. Maybe put open mic instead of. I mean, like change the content to open mic being like him saying goodbye and make it the last song or something. I don't know. It's fine. The guy was talking facts. I mean, really about some of the most deep crap and some of the like, yeah. The beat was kind of cool that went along with it though. It was like pulsing in the background and it's like only thing to do with slaves is free them. Obediently yours. Peace out. So that was cool. I don't really know if like Logic was like, okay, these are my thoughts. Can you say this? And then they put a telephone effect on it, or if this is just like a sample from like a famous guy speaking in the 80s or 90s.
It's someone. I feel like I've heard this before. Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. Overall, you go ahead. Sorry, those three.
Well, overall, I really did like this album. I really did like this album a lot. And the last three songs, I had to say, dude, I really did like Obediently Yours. I really did like. It wasn't a song, but overall, the speech was very cool. I love the speech, and it was definitely something to end the album off with. I wanted a song, but this matched perfectly as well. Amen, and heard him say, I love these songs a lot. Amen I probably liked a little bit more, but overall, these are both great songs. And I really like this entire album because the flow is great. Overall, it touches a bunch of different kinds of feelings with you, man. And you really feel what he's going through. You feel like all the feelings he's feeling in all of his songs that he has written for this album. You feel all the emotions that he feels. And that's what I really like about this album. And I rate this a 10 out of 10. Every song I liked. I liked every song on here. Everything on here, man.
Yeah, yeah, maybe he didn't want to go out with, okay, so if it was a singer, let's just say Post Malone, The Weeknd, Juice WRLD, like whoever, like melodic singer, melodic rap singer, whatever. I'm going too far with this. Okay, singer, right? Yeah. Sorry, I'm tired and we're about to end this, but singer. Okay, goodbye. Like they do something like super dramatic and all that. Like goodbye. We missed like crying. He just wanted it to just like the last thing to maybe be a message from one of his favorite speeches ever, or maybe he made that speech. Either way, that's probably how he wanted to have it instead of dramatic. Like I'm the type of person to where I probably wouldn't be like goodbye guys, I'm gonna miss you. Like I'd end it off on a happy note. So that's what he wanted to do. Overall, I gotta say, bro, this might change, but as of now, this is my favorite album this year, bro. It's my favorite album this year. I think I enjoyed this more than The Weeknd because of the storytelling. Now, I love The Weeknd. They're both 10 out of 10s, but...
It depends on mood for me, though. It depends on mood. Like,
I'd agree with that. This is my favorite rap... Okay, this is my favorite rap album.
I mean, at this point, I feel like... Yeah, I'd say so, too.
Because The Weeknd was an R&B pop, a little bit rap.
Yeah, album. I wouldn't... And Juice WRLD was not a total rap album.
Yeah. This is my favorite rap album, and I have heard a decent amount of rap albums, like DaBaby, stuff like that. Yeah, it's my favorite rap album. I will tell you, I have more enjoyment in this though. The Legends Ever Die. Yeah. Again, not a diss. Yeah. I love that album. I love The Weeknd's album, but this is so far the most. I
feel like it burned. Yeah, and with me, I feel like I burned both of them out at this point. I've listened to both albums so many times.
That's true.
I feel like I kind of need something new.
This is the best. Okay, so Legends Never Die may have songs like Wishing Well and After Hours may have songs like In Your Eyes or Blinding Lights or After Hours or Snow Child, but this has the best story. This has the best
it really does.
overall vibe. Like if this is a line, there's no boom or no, it's all very good. All very good. But then like The Weeknd and Legends Never Die, it's like, okay, not dissing them, but I'm just saying how this was put together and the whole overall vibe of it. Overall vibe of it, super sick. 10 out of 10 for me. And I haven't been rating albums usually because I'm like, okay, I gotta see how I feel about it. But this is the type of thing to where I'm definitely gonna be listening to certain tracks individually, like Perfect or the one with the horns. I forget which one. Man I Is, but I would listen to songs individually because I did have favorite songs. But overall, the album, I'm going to be listening to the album a lot more than even like 3 times. So really good job. The overall storytelling, this exceeded my expectations for sure. But he said I knew it'd be good because it's your last project, so you're probably gonna put the most work in it. That's the a good guess. But anyways, yeah, no. So he explained why he wanted to leave. He reminisced on his past. He talked about just about everything you really can. It really feels complete and fine. I don't feel like, oh, why did he talk about this? He talked about the criticism. He talked about his son. He literally took, put stuff of his son in it. It had the vibes. It had, the sick beats. The mixing on his voice was good. Everything was perfect. And I'm so happy because as much as I like this album, I did not like that much his past album or the album before that. This sounds a decent amount different than those, I'll tell you that. And the album before those was like a trap rap album. But yeah, in closing, our Discord actually died. I'm gonna figure this out on the phone. But any final thoughts, bro?
No. Everything was great.
I'm so happy with how this turned out. Logic, this is amazing. And I actually saw he's gonna be streaming on Twitch now, and I saw a clip of him playing this album with his fans, and he's crying at the end. And he said, I finally didn't want to look at Twitter anymore because I'm finally happy with myself. And then he gave a speech to his fans. I really want to watch that live stream, but oh man, words can't explain how happy I was with this. So I'm not gonna say any words. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out our other review videos. We did a review of The Kid Leroy, and there is some other music that we missed this week because of all these big albums and everything. But go ahead and check out all that other content. If you want daily content, go ahead and follow our Instagram. Link in the description. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. What do you think about this album? Please share all your thoughts. I would love to talk with you guys, unless you hate it. No, if you hate it, it's an opinion. Just let me know why you hate it, okay? We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching the Instinct Podcast. It's been Lucas McClellan and Sean Albert. Peace out.